Division 5 sectional final here today. It is the number 1 seed Assumption Royals and the number 1 seed Seneca. The rain has held off. It's been hot. At times it's been breezy, but a picture-perfect day here in southern Wisconsin to get some softball in.
Beautiful day for, to your point, Steve, for runs in a single game they've played this year, and has a very impressive senior pitcher, Philomena Hall. On the year has already thrown over 100 innings and averaging about 1.79 strikeouts per inning. So she's really retiring a lot of the batters herself. Obviously for Assumption, they've thrown 3 and is averaging a strikeout and a half per inning as well. So we expect a low-scoring game with really the team that can put the ball in play. We think to have the advantage on what appears to be a very, very rock-hard infield. We talked about how dry it is. The infield is definitely not powdery. It is hard. We expect some weird bounces if somebody can barrel it up.
Here this afternoon, they're having their captain's meeting at home plate, getting the word from our 3 umpires today. Good crowd on hand from Seneca, about an hour, 10 minutes from Seneca, an hour south here from Wisconsin Rapids to New Lisbon. It is a good facility. We thank Paul Jaglinski for letting us use his truck here beyond center field. That's why I got such a nice angle here today from New Lisbon High School. Assumption coming off of 3 very impressive wins on their way, and they were a very good Columbus Catholic team just the other day at Robinson Park.
Yeah, absolutely. Assumption's bats are starting to come along wide. When we talk to Coach Nelson and Coach Schill, what they will tell you is that their pitching and their defense travel. But this is a team that really can hit 1 through 9 in the lineup. That they really put the ball in play. They hit it hard. Last year had a little bit more power than what we've seen this year with only 3 home runs, and as a result, they've started to go ahead and pull away from some of the teams they've been playing, including a very good Columbus Catholic team, and congratulations to them on a great season.
Yeah, absolutely right. And I talked to Coach Schill after the game on Tuesday, and I mentioned it. We kind of said it in passing, but Tuesday night's game was the best start to finish all around offense, defense, and pitching sports.
Little Sprouts is now open in Rudolph with the same great childcare you know about in Auburndale. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
The community here in Rudolph has been extremely welcoming, and we're excited to serve here just like we do up in Auburndale, close and get services right here. We serve here in Rudolph 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds, and up in Auburndale we serve
Rudolph sweet potatoes, lovely ladybugs, and beautiful butterflies. Contact Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Save during the summer tire event at Sherrill Tire and Service Centers. Up to $150 back on a select set of 4 Goodyear tires. Buy online or mail-in rebate when you use the Goodyear credit card through June 30th.
Nicely done on the national anthem as we await more instructions from the scores table and the PA announcer here today. Again, Assumption and Seneca. Assumption, of course, out of the Merriwood South, winners of it again this year. Seneca, the winners of the Ridge and Valley this year, undefeated. As again, good contingency of both schools, both towns making their trip down here. Number by number. We'll go through starting lineups first for the Assumption Royals. Batting first and doing the catching is Kristen Casey. Batting second and at first base is Anna Schooley. Batting third is the pitcher Ava Schill. Batting fourth is Claire Nelson, the shortstop. Batting fifth is Sadie Galbraith. Batting sixth is Macy Vollert. Batting seventh is Malia Colo. Batting eighth is Lydia Smits. And batting ninth, we don't really know right now. We saw Maddie Abbott warming up. We assumed Ari Kavanaugh would be getting that nod in the number 9 spot, but we'll see who comes out in left field. We'll think they said Ariana Kavanaugh or something.
Well, for the PA announcer, Steve, it's one of those. They're all a bunch of foreign names in terms of where it goes. So that makes sense. Ariana, I'm sure it doesn't matter to her as long as she gets a hit. She's pretty happy in terms of where it goes. Just kind of looking at the teams, one of the things that we were pointing out about Seneca is there's a lot of seniors on the Seneca team. They actually start 7 seniors. And you can see when you watch them warm up, just from a body type and development standpoint, they're a very mature team in terms of where it goes. So a lot of good size from Seneca, just kind of watching them in the warm-ups. Obviously, very well coached, well put together. We expect this to be a good ball game.
Seneca, a state qualifier in 2021. Last year, obviously didn't make it to state and looking to punch their ticket again. As Paul just mentioned, a lot of seniors on this team. Assumption with those 4 seniors, Schill, Casey, Colo, and Galbraith. And 4 seniors that have been obviously a key part to this Assumption team the last number of years, winning state last year, and would really like to get them back to Madison next week.
Yeah, so for those at home, just a few names that you're going to want to know from Seneca as you kind of go through is their catcher, Grace Check, hitting a .559 on the year. She is looks like she's a fantastic athlete. We know she's a good volleyball player. She's got 12 stolen bases on the year, got a nice arm, looks like she fields the position well. Obviously, their center fielder, their first baseman, number 5, Lucy Manning. Looks like she's hitting .541 on the year. She's got 17 hits, got 9 steals. Lucy Manning looks like she's going to go ahead and be another nice player to watch at the 1-2 in the lineup. And then obviously Philomena Hall, again, in addition to being such a good quality pitcher, hitting .356 on the year, 8 stolen bases, 13 runs scored in the stats that we have. So we think those are 3 players to watch. And obviously in a game like this, it's not just your stars, it's those role players that step up and really make a play. And again, congratulations to our umpires. So this year, WIAA changed at both the sectional semifinal and the sectional final level. The umpires are all 3-man crews, so you'll notice 3 umpires, a little different mechanics. Our umpires today are all from the La Crosse area. I'm going to choose not to mention their names, but they're all from the La Crosse area, and we congratulate the umpires, both in this game and all the umpires still working today, as it's a pretty nice honor. Last time you can work before you end up at Goodman at state.
Got 5 games on the network for you tonight. 4 softball teams will punch their ticket to state on Zaleski Sports today. We got 1 baseball game. That is DC Everson Chippewa. Game day sponsors, Rapid Sheet Metal, Sparhawk Trucking, and Scott Krug Realty. Again, without all of our sponsors, Paul and I would unable, and now spring deep into the postseason. Obviously, if you are a Seneca fan, welcome. Thank you for making or watching us here today. And obviously, how successful the girls programs here at Assumption are. In the fall, had state cross country, a volleyball team that made it to sectionals, basketball, of course, go to state in track. You got softball, and then, of course, girls soccer. So
yeah, again, champions of the Merriwood South Conference. You look at how many teams go through from the Merriwood South Conference, whether it be basketball or softball. So, to win that conference, also a nice accomplishment. But here we go. We're ready for first pitch action. Again, Philomena
Hall and Casey, and we are underway in a sectional final, and the first pitch is good on the outside corner, and it's 1-1 to Kristen Casey.
So one of the immediate things, Steve, that'll be interesting to see is that you don't see a tremendous amount of left-handed pitchers. For Assumption, of course, they have the advantage of going back to fit the ball, and if that's a factor at all.
First, the 0-1 misses outside. Nope, it's good for a strike, and it's 0-2 quickly to Kristen Casey.
Scouting report on Philomena Hall is that she works that outer half of the plate, which for the righties is going to be the inner half of the plate pretty effectively. She likes to keep the ball low, and as I said before, no team has scored more than 3 runs on Seneca this year, so we do expect this to be a low-scoring ball game.
The 0-2 is...
Of course, Kristen's such a hard player to go ahead and strike out, a slap hitter that just consistently puts the ball in play, uses her speed, 31 steals on the season, so if she can find a way to get on base, expect her to go ahead and find her way to second base.
No balls and 2 strikes. Hall wheels and deals. And that was going to be lifted to third, and it's going to be caught there by Clark. And there's 1 away. One up more, Anna Schooley.
So dug herself an 0-2 hole, then kind of fouled one away and just kind of got the end of the bat on and across the board. So again, as we talked about locating the ball, timing it up, but it is nice to go ahead and have her have a little bit of inside information for Anna Schooley. We'll see if that pays off.
Philomena Hall, wheels and deals. That was going to be hit hard to right, and that one's going to hit off the wall and just foul for Anna Schooley. And she timed it up pretty well.
Anna definitely went ahead and had a nice rip on that. That ball hit about 3/4 of the way up the fence, unfortunately for Assumption season, for Assumption where, again, with Anna, you're going to have to play her deep. Should be plenty of room if she can level off and cut a line drive.
The 0-1 going to be lifted, popped up on the infield. And foul territory, and Philomena Hall is going to make the catch, and there's 2 away.
Some confusion between the catcher and the first baseman. Philomena said, hey, just relax.
She'll at the dish. A couple of home runs this year for Ava. Hall looks in and kicks and fires. That was going to be hit.
Played by the shortstop, Aubrey. We're going with Wallen.
Yep.
In terms of where it goes. Got a glove on it. That ball was kind of really caught in an in-between spot. And it's the case. And that answers your question, Steve. So coming into the game, the courtesy run, number 14. See if Coach Nelson goes ahead and puts Maddie in motion and sees if he can get a run in scoring position for Claire Nelson, who's been swinging a hot stick.
First offering to Claire misses low for a ball. It's 1-0. One of the first balls that...
Right now, Seneca playing for no doubles. Look at how deep the outfielders are playing. All 3 of them are maybe 10 feet off of the fence.
1-0. Nelson fouls this one under in that cleanup spot for a reason, and she's done pretty well in that number 4 slot all year.
Yeah, Claire got off to a little bit of a slow start, but to her credit, she's
2 strikes. Abbott stands at first with 2 outs.
One of the things I already like about Philomena that you can see is that she's doing a good job of locating that pitch high and low, inside and outside. She's really doing a good job of moving it. She's not necessarily changed a whole lot of speed.
Hall's going to take it herself, and that'll end the Assumption first inning. No runs, a base hit, and 1 left on. We've played a half an inning. It's Assumption nothing, and Seneca coming up.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is an homage to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's in Rapids and Post Road and Plover.
We said we're growing, and we are, as well as skilled and general production. We know the importance of a work and life balance. Our shift options and flexible schedules set us apart. Our pay ranges from $17 to $43 per hour. Call or jump on our website to learn more.
Good start for Philomena Hall in the circle for Seneca, and now her decent hitters, starting with Grace Check, Lucy Manning, and Kendra Chambers here for the Seneca Royal, for head coach Erica Clark and the Seneca Royals.
So, again, Assumption is a visitor. Get a base runner, but don't successfully put a run across. And now you come.
Yeah, absolutely right. And the way that Philomena was able to, you mentioned it, move the ball around the strike zone and around the zone and get these Assumption hitters off kilter, it's going to be important for Ava to come right back and answer
to until she really kind of locks in. She's been a little bit more susceptible to being hit or putting a couple runners on base, even with Columbus.
On the year, the senior catcher, Schill wheels and deals. Being fouled straight back. Remains Nelson at short, Vollert at second, and Schooley is at first. The 0-2 back to Check. And got her looking, a beautiful pitch there by Ava Schill. And that's just the 5th strikeout of the year for Grace Check. And there's 1 away here in the first.
You know, Steve, so I understand it's early on. We're 4 outs in the ball game. We talked about more than 3 runs. Obviously, Wilmot's an exception to that in terms of where it goes. But again, I think this has got the make.
Again, out of the Ridge and Valley Conference, winners of the conference, undefeated on the year in the Ridge and Valley. Right behind, that one's popped up and into the screen and runs no balls and 2 strikes.
So, Steve, we were talking about it on the way down, and I was wondering if you're going to see that a little bit. So you can see that Lucy Manning was way behind on the first swing. Seneca might try to go ahead and put that ball in play, make Assumption make some plays that way.
The 0-2 to Manning misses outside. We saw it. We walked on the field before the game. At some spots, not even dirt, it feels like you're walking on a rock. So we'll see how it all pans out. The 1-2. There's a swing and a foul tip into the mitt, and there's 2 away. A couple of strikeouts for the All-State.
As fresh and as efficient as possible. I don't know if everybody can see, but I wanted to call out that the black leggings against the white sock match.
We'll zoom in on that. We have that power to do so. Kendra Chambers with the stirrup socks. Yeah, pretty clean.
You got the little white stripe that kind of matches the little black that comes right up from the arm there. It's a really sharp look for Seneca.
The 1-0, Chambers. And back after this, Zaleski Sports.
As an athlete, there's one constant that remains the most important aspect of your game: injury prevention. Roberts Physical Therapy now offers the Pineries Running Lab, your one-stop and field to running inclusive sports like football, basketball, baseball, and soccer. Let Roberts Physical Therapy's Pineries Running Lab meet you at the track, your home, or the field and help you prevent injury and keep on running. Call Roberts Physical Therapy with locations in Amherst, Plainfield, and Wisconsin Rapids.
The Midstate Technical College Healthcare Simulation Center, in a partnership with Aspirus, is a state-of-the-art interdisciplinary healthcare simulation center. Scenarios. Visit our website at mstc.edu/simcenter.
Welcome back to New Lisbon High School. Ball game brought to you in part by Rustic Redefined. We'll have that read here in just a moment after we see Sadie Galbraith at the dish for the Assumption Royals.
So 5, 6, 7 for Assumption due up this inning. Galbraith, Vollert, and then is it Colo?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Individual style. Shop Rustic Redefined on 8th Street in Wisconsin Rapids. 1 ball, no strikes to the Assumption senior right fielder, Sadie Galbraith. Inside, and it called for a strike to try to check her swing. Got the inside corner anyway, and it's even up at a ball and a strike. Sadie going to Madison College in the fall.
Sadie, a patient hitter. She's drawn 10 walks on the season, scored 14 runs, 19 RBIs. She seems to have had a lot of clutch hits.
There's foul back, and it's 1-2. Sadie is one of those players that year over year she is consistent as how she's been playing.
The other thing with Sadie is that she's such a heart of your team player, just a really inclusive, high energy, positive player.
The 1-2 foul back. Good battle here for Sadie Galbraith. Mobile Link in Wisconsin Rapids is your go-to for car and boats, looking for her first strikeout of the day. And the 1-2. And misses low for a ball. Strikeouts in 100 innings. 179. Jeez.
Yeah, that's what I said. When you average it out, 1.79 strikeouts per inning.
For Macy Vollert.
I think one of the keys on this field, Steve, for both teams is put that ball in play and make the other team some plays today.
Offering to Macy is right down the middle for a strike. Zach's Technology in downtown Wisconsin Rapids is your go-to for residential. And the 0-1 to Macy Vollert. There's going to be hit hard and into left field. And
6 steals on the year. She's attempted 8 times, so she doesn't go often, but when she does, and Schmidt's up, be curious to see if maybe we get a bunt to see if we can advance a runner into scoring position.
Colo at the plate, 2 strikeouts and a double in the win over Columbus Catholic, checking out.
First pitch swinging, ground ball, or a fly ball to the second baseman. Don't have to worry about any of those options when that's the case. It just makes it kind of a routine play. So what do you think Coach Nelson will go ahead and get aggressive and put Macy in motion?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know much. Here's guy on Major League.
Dynamite drop-in, Monty.
Yeah.
So those announcing lessons are really paying off. So
no balls and a strike to Lydia Smits. Pollard stands at first with 2 outs. And it's 0-2 to Lydia Smits.
I think that's the right call. One of those deals, I think it hit her on the hand, and I think she was kind of turning away from it, but it's one of those deals, brought the bat through. So I think it's the right call. One of those deals where tough call, but right call nonetheless.
Yeah, no 2 strikes on Lydia. Hall kicks, the lefty fires. That one's 75. Visit mutuallawassa.com to find an agent near you. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We play in the top of the second, Division 5 sectional final. Winner heads to Madison next week, either Thursday night or Friday. What's in the inning for Philomeno Hall, and we've played an inning and a half. It's still scoreless here in New Lisbon. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
Truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great Compensation weekly pay Avenue just south of Greenwood.
Bauer & Feind has been based in Marshfield since 1955. Customer support.
Working with Bauer & Feind Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we
To you, maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Georgia Clark to lead things off here in the Seneca second inning. Vestpool to Royals going at it here in New Lisbon. First one good for a strike to Georgia Clark.
Through the heart of the order for Vestpool right now.
Over to Scully at first, bobbled, and she's going to take it herself in plenty of time for the first out. 3-3 unassisted there.
Came over, so Anna did a nice job staying down, knocked it down, gathered it, didn't panic, still had time to go ahead and take the out at first. Nice play by Scully at first.
Aubrey. Key Savings Bank, unlock the best home, auto, commercial, and personal loans in the Rapids area. Key Savings Bank. No matter what you're financing, Key Savings Bank has the personal touch to put you at ease. Dream big, small rates, Key Savings Bank.
Key Savings Bank.
Yo.
Settling in, throwing lots of strikes, pounding the zone, doing a good job of changing height, keeping the hitters off of hit it too hard, but they put a couple nice balls in play. So again, I would say for both coaches, they're feeling.
Just missed outside. Kristen Casey holding it there for an extra second. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Nope.
3 balls and 1 strike.
3 balls and 1 strike, Steve. I was just going to say in terms of where it goes. So here.
3-1 to Wallen. Ava Schill. And walked her on 5 pitches and the first base runner for the Seneca Royals with 1 out.
Can base 10 to 15 feet off. His responsibility is any type of play at second, any ball hit out in the triangle of the outfield, in case you're wondering at home.
Perfect. Good to have a.
Claire Nelson going ahead and having a nice tag. Interesting to see Seneca be real aggressive on the base pass. Again, I think speaking to their concern over this being a low-scoring game, trying to manufacture a run. Huge play by Kristen Casey.
Just got caught there. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
Also, for those of you at home, I want to just blame that on Steve Maves, because in the car ride down home, he had said that they don't run a whole lot. So, of course, the first batter that they get on base takes off to steal. So thanks, Steve, for throwing the old.
It's still scoreless here in New Lisbon. Back after this. Selesky Sports.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet, and going on now through the end of May, the Spring Tire Plus event, which means huge saving on select tires. $50 rebate.
Rustic Redefined is the area's boutique clothing store for women and children. Redefined specializes in affordable clothes and accessories with red carpet service. Find your individual's Facebook.
Welcome back to New Lisbon. We play in the top half of the state qualifiers, state winners last year, Seneca state qualifiers in 2021. And Seneca's got a pretty good rap sheet. 5,000 state appearances in 83, 86, 91, 92, runners-up in 92 and 96, 97 champs in 2000, and then again in 2021.
Going ahead and leading it off.
Squares the bunt, pops it up, and over the head of Hall. Tough play, and Ari Kavanaugh is going to be safe.
You know, so what Ari's going to tell you is that's the perfect bunt. She drew it, and now you've got Kristen Casey coming up the second go-around. So, again, Assumption with the exact right start they wanted to be. Ari with a great bunt base hit to start it off.
Now Kristen Casey, a pop-out in her first at-bat. See how long Ari time, and a stolen base for Kavanaugh, and a hit her right in the ankle. Or she slid into the second base, tweaked her ankle. Nonetheless, a stolen base for Ari Kavanaugh. She's going to walk it off a little bit. I didn't see if the ball hit her. It kind of looked like all at once.
Ball hit her a little bit. Anyway, you look at it. She's standing on second base. Pitch was called a ball, so 1 ball, no strikes. Assumption.
Nobody on. Runner at second.
I was trying to give it a little bit of extra blow to go ahead and help it get over that fence there. So, again, Anna on it. That's the good news. Unfortunately, one of those deals where underneath it needs to go ahead and level off, get this ball put in play, Steve. Big gap up in the middle of the field. If you look at, they're playing her to pull, and the second baseman is kind of playing her straight up. So there's you could drive a truck through the middle of the field if she can put the ball in play.
The 0-1. It's going to be hit over to third and into left field. An RBI base hit for Anna Scully. Kavanaugh scores, and the Royals lead 1-0.
Again, an excellent piece of hitting by Anna Schooley. Hit that ball, even if the shortstop is able to make the play on that in the hole, not going to be able to throw Kavanaugh out the speed. So a bunt, stolen base, sacrifice bunt, and now an RBI single. And just like that, the Royals have a lead here in the third inning. And with Schooley, again, Anna also has outstanding speed. She's got 12 stolen bases on the year. Don't be surprised to see her go in motion as well.
We've been lucky enough to watch Anna grow the last couple of years, but there's a strike, and throw down to second is not in time, and it gets away. Schooley's going to try for third, and she's going to stay at third. And there's one.
It's putting the ball in play, and then you put the emphasis on the defense to have to make plays. Czech had two, was able to pop up and take third, and now with Schill batting with only one out.
No. But we were talking about the growth of Anna Schooley. She's 6 feet tall and has speed like a gazelle. She's a very. Schooley's going to tag and is going to head back to third base.
Curtain out for Philomena, so now it's going to take a hit or a pass ball from Nelson in order for the Royals to push a second run across.
Hall kicks and fires. There's a foul tip moment after this pitch to Claire Nelson. Runner at third and 2 outs. A run across for Assumption here in the top of the third inning.
No place I love shopping better than the Man's Mall.
The 0-1 hit hard. Sign up for Fleet Rewards and get great deals sent straight to you. Plus, you'll earn points on every purchase made in-store or online. Sign up now at fleetfarm.com. Get everything you need in one stop. Get it all at Fleet Farm.
If Fleet Farm doesn't have it, you don't need it.
And that one's going to get away. Schooley's going to try and score, and she's going to... And no arguments, nothing had. Royals score 1, they leave 1. We've played 2.5, 1-0 Assumption.
Burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside. In a hurry, same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
When buying or selling land, the biggest decision you make is choosing your representation. Whitetail Properties is the top real estate company for selling hunt on the true market value of your property. In central Wisconsin, Brian Roosh is your local land specialist and is
a home run, and they went over Hillsboro on
hit her shin guard, kicked away. She was able to go ahead and get it. Sprint athleticism of that catcher really shines. Wonderful play by Grace Czech. Well done. Compliments to her.
0-0. They're in the bottom of the third inning. Get you some more updates here in just a moment from Paul. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
Stevens Point and
is how nice and fast we go. It is a quick sport. Baseball takes so long.
We were talking about the wind today, and you probably can see the flag in the background. It doesn't look like that wind is blowing, but where we are out at the truck, there's being able to go ahead and judge those balls in the outfield is important.
Check swing, good at the knees anyway, and it's 0-1. We got at the dish.
So there's 3 signs on the team, like right hand side of the field, second base, right, first. So that would be the sign.
He hit up the middle, got it there by Nelson, and not in time. An infield base hit for McKenzie.
Very nice job by Claire Nelson to go ahead and knock that ball down, similar to what we saw with Kavanaugh's hit. Over the first base, over the pitcher, in front of the shortstop. Good hustle down the line. And Seneca with another base runner.
Squares the bunt, offers at it. Throw down to first.
With her arm in this game, the throw down to second where she had her by a couple steps, and then Kristen took a step out. What's equally important about that play, Steve, that's impressive, is with a right-handed hitter, she had to come up the line to drift and then threw a perfect dart to pick off the runner at first.
There's a swing and a miss, and I believe it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Just looking at the stats from Seneca on Game Changer and all that, then swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. But Kristen, knowing that, not afraid to throw it down there. We saw a couple times earlier this year she was a little hesitant, and I guess it's June 1st now, but yeah, not afraid to chuck it down. There's a swing and a miss, and Schill another strikeout. We played 3 complete, 1-0 Assumption. Back after this, Celeste Sports.
Have a game, Kristen Casey. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Man, that's a great throw.
You know better when you see it. It's a little harder to tell what better looks like, and you could use a little help.
If you think it's cold outside now, just wait. Nasty weather is on the way, but you don't have to freeze. Get 1,000 units installed. Blake at Mobile Link. You work hard, and it's time to treat yourself.
Welcome back to New Lisbon High School. As the top of the fourth inning, we got some score updates from around the network today. Paul, what do we got for another Merrillwood South ball club?
In the top of the fourth inning, Stratford and Blair Taylor are still knotted at 0-0. Also in the fourth inning, in a little bit of a surprise, the Pacelli Cardinals 0, the Newman Catholic Cardinals 0. So in a little bit of a pitcher's duel where we thought maybe there's potential to have that be a higher scoring game. And I think, Steve, that's one of the better ball games in the state tonight. Obviously, Superior with a player committed to UW Wisconsin. Spash, one of the most prestigious programs in the state, as Nelson hits a single over to the middle of the field.
So she got another shot at it after Anna Schooley got thrown out or got tagged out at home, and she made the most of it. Base hit.
Syme with a nice job to cover some ground. As we talked about a couple times, Steve, so one of the things as a coach I always like to look at is positioning. So the outfielders are very deep. The second baseman is very shaded towards the hole. The shortstop is very shaded towards the hole. And we've seen Assumption hit the ball up the middle of the field a couple different times. It's just interesting to see positioning.
Sadie Galbraith squares the bunt, pops it up, and a diving shot at it. And Clark can't quite get it. Good shot. Good
check.
A check, yep.
Yeah,
another good shot at it.
Again, I hope at home, folks, you are seeing the athleticism for Grace Check. Like, to explode, dive, and have a chance to catch that ball, there are very few catchers in the state that are even making that a close play. Like, she's an impressive athlete.
The 0-1 to Sadie Galbraith squares the bunt this time and gets it up, and it's going to be a nice bunt. And they're going to tag Galbraith on the baseline, but a sacrifice bunt nonetheless. Sadie got the job done. And she comes up hobbling just a little bit after the hard tag by Philomeno Hall.
Interesting to see that play. So obviously the fielder's got a right to the ball. As an umpire, you're looking for the fact for her to give her a right to make the play. Anyway, you look at it, it's an out, runner advances, Royals get with what they want.
Now Macy Voller looks at a chin music there from Hall. What do we got here?
Macy had a single here in the first inning. Another single here again may get the Royals back on the board, as once again they're threatening with the runner in scoring position with only one out.
Follert at the dish. The 1-0. There's a swing and a miss. Crystal Finishing Systems is a family-owned business hiring for both their Weston and Mosinee locations with openings in manufacturing, fabrication, management, customer service, and so much more. Join the Crystal Finishing team. Learn more at crystalfinishing.com.
Wide variety of positions at Crystal Finishing. Great opportunity if you're looking for a job in the central Wisconsin area. Really anywhere from Wausau, Rapids, Stevens Point. Everybody should go ahead and check them out. Might be a long commute from Seneca, but it might be worthwhile if you want to relocate up.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Macy Vollert. Nelson stands at second with 1 out. The 1-2. And over the head and off the glove of Check, and no throw, and Nelson's going to slide into third base.
Claire Nelson with a terrific read on that. So again, that ball hits the top of Check's glove, caroms towards third, but by that point, Claire had already kind of had a read on it. She was at a spot where she could take advantage, swipes third, and now a ball in play most likely gets the Royals another valuable run.
The 2-2 now to Vollert. There's a swing and a miss and a big strikeout there for Hall, and there's 2 away now for Malia Colo.
Similar to Schill, one of the reasons why you can see why Seneca does not give up a lot of runs is when Hull has to dig back for something a little extra. Not only does she a great job locating it high-low, but she has enough speed on that ball to be able to throw it past you. So 2 away here, and up comes
Malia Colo.
See if the senior can put the ball in play.
And looks at a strike right down the gut, and it's 0-1.
Malia had a fly ball to the second baseman in her first at-bat. So again, got to find some green at this point. Big hole up the middle of the field if Malia can go ahead and level off on one.
The 0-1 to the senior third baseman. There's a swing and a miss. And it's 0-2 quickly to Malia Colo.
You can already see Hull has found her groove, Steve, and is really just attacking the Royal hitters right now.
Lydia Smits waits on deck. And the 0-2 to Malia. Swung on and miss, and a couple more strikeouts For Filomeno Hall, we have played 3.5, 1-0 Assumption. Top of the order, due up next for the Seneca Royals. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
Welcome. How may we help you?
New windows, new garage, new car, swimming pool. Tuition, we're not talking scholarship here. And a vacation.
Our affordable home equity line of credit may be just what you need.
Medical expenses, braces for our youngest. How about the dog? Roof. How about the roof? And did I mention how long I wanted that vacation to be?
Your money, your life.
Bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
Right before we came back on the air, Lexi Christofferson, a 3 RBI double for Stratford. They lead Blair Taylor in the top of the fourth inning, 3-0. 3 Merrillwood South softball teams going at it today. Newman, Stratford, and Assumption all looking to punch their tickets to Madison next week. Top of the order, Grace Check. Swings and misses.
You know, Steve, we had the pleasure of calling that Assumption-Stratford doubleheader earlier in the year. It was the one hot day we had. And I was impressed with Stratford. Those were a couple real good ball game battles. So not a surprise to see Stratford pushing Blair Taylor at this point. As we talked about, it comes Grace Check. So again, I think it's really important for Ava to keep her off base. Grace has got great speed. Looks like she's putting the ball in play, and again, just overall, just an outstanding athlete. So big battle here for Ava here.
The 1-1 swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes to leadoff hitter Check. Score from Sevastopol, and still 0-0, huh?
Yep. Newman had a runner on third base, but unfortunately was not able to punch it through, or fortunately was able to not punch it through, whichever way you look at it. And again, it remains scoreless going to the bottom of the fourth inning over in Sevastopol.
As Ava Schill strikes out Check for the second time today. We look at her stats coming in. Only 4 strikeouts this year. Struck out twice today against Ava Schill. And now the number 2 hitter is Lucy Manning.
Haven't seen a lot of pitchers like Ava Schill, Division I going to UW Green Bay. Ava's a little bit of a different animal to be able to face.
First one misses outside for a ball. It's 1-0.
We saw Manning try to go ahead and lay down a bunt in the first inning after she had 1 strike. So she was way behind the fastball, tried to bunt it at Colo, unsuccessful. We'll see if she goes back to that strategy at all here.
That's going to be hits to left, and it's going to be a foul ball.
So again, just for those at home in terms of where it goes, 3-person mechanic with the umpire. So the umpire on third base, who's right on the grass, turns around, puts his back, which says, hey, it's my ball. The 2 infield umpires go to a 2-man mechanic. And again, you're just looking at that umpire who's got either a fair or foul call. It's a huge advantage, and I'm compliment to the WIAA for going to a third umpire. There's a great call that helps a lot.
Very fouled up along third. Again, my apologies. We're doing our best here. There's quite a glare on the camera. It's not sunny. It's a little cloudy, but not on the camera, but on the screen here. So yeah, there's nothing we can really do about that. So we're doing our best. Thank you for tuning in here today on Zaleski Sports. The 1-2 to Manning. Swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Ava, and there's 2 away.
So again, both pitchers true to their form, going ahead and striking out batters, keeping the leadoff runners off of the plate. We expected a low-scoring pitchers dual battle. So far, we've got that. So here we are in the bottom of the fourth inning, 1-0 Assumption, 2 outs and in steps the number 3 hitter for Seneca.
I'll get it here for you in a second. I got so much. Kendra Chambers. The center fielder.
Kendra, for those of you that didn't get a chance to watch infield at home, has got a massive cannon of an arm. Really a fun player to watch warm up the way she can really spin it.
Off the mitts of Kristen Casey. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. As the weather warms up, call our friends at Rapid Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling in Wisconsin Rapids. They've got more than 100 years of making your home and business comfortable. Call Rapid Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling today.
Steve, is your house like mine where you've been arguing about where the air conditioning should be set?
I mean, we like to be warm, but trying to get two toddlers down for bed and it's 75 degrees in the house, we can't.
I'm a fat guy. When I go to bed, I want it to be an ice box. So it's one of those deals where I was talking to Coach Schill from Rapids Heating, and he was saying that maybe I've got to look at something that's kind of dual zone or something that effective there. So anyway, Sarah likes it a little bit warmer, but like I said, the blanket, and she's like, "Why don't you just leave it hotter?" And I'm like, "Just leave me alone." So
2-2, Mrs. Lowe, counter runs full to Kendra Chambers. We are in the bottom of the fourth inning, 1-0 Assumption on a RBI base hit from Anna Schooley.
Schill doing a good job again of locating inside, outside, high, and low. We'll see if she can go after getting with the here.
3-2 and another strikeout for Ava Schill. We've played 4 complete.
Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at madeacustom.com.
Wisconsin River Orthopedics has been providing comprehensive care to Wood County for over 50 years. We offer urgent care for orthopedic pain and injuries, joint replacement, along with focused sports medicine care from evaluation to rehabilitation. Our facilities offer a spacious rehab center to get you back to doing what you love most, along with the latest technology in our ambulatory surgery center and a comfortable open MRI. Stop living with pain and limited range in your joints. Turn to Wisconsin River Orthopedics and get back to the way life is meant to be.
The Royals will have 8-9-1 due up here in the top of the 5th inning. It looked like Coach Clark, yep, they got a new second baseman out there, number 7. I got a roster here somewhere. Got so many. Maybe I don't.
You did, if it makes you
did.
feel better. How about no? I got nothing.
I didn't type, or I didn't write that one down. No.
You know what? If you give me a second, though, I'll probably find it for you.
Number 7 says new second baseman for Seneca here in the 5th inning.
I'm looking it up on Wisports, so for those of you in the chat, you're going to probably beat me to it, but I promise you I will find who that player is. Just give me just a moment.
Lydia Smits at the dish. Kavanaugh on deck, then back to the top of the order. 1-0 Assumption. We play in the top of the 5th inning. Hall misses outside for a ball. Spectrum Benefit Solutions has offices located throughout central Wisconsin. Spectrum Benefit Solutions is your group benefits provider for health, dental, accident, and life insurance. Spectrum Benefit Solutions works with hundreds of clients of all sizes to help you attract and retain the best employees. Find Spectrum Benefit Solutions on Facebook to get started today.
For those of you multitasking on the network,
there's a swing and a miss.
Stratford is up 3-0 over Blair Taylor there, I believe, in the 4th inning. In the 5th inning, Pacelli and Newman are 0-0. And over in Marshfield, Stratford, Superior and Spash are also tied at 0-0, and I believe they're also in the 5th.
Jeez.
By the way, number 7 is Ava Stein. That's a sophomore. That's a sophomore and the third of the Syme sisters. Or at least the third of the Syme players. We are assuming they're sisters. If they're not, again, we apologize to the folks in Seneca if it turns out that they're cousins, or maybe they're not even related at all. We apologize, but again, with the same last name, Symes, we're going with sisters today.
We may have a new right fielder as well, because Ava was the right fielder from what I've got in my scorebook. So we got 2 balls and a strike to Lydia Smits. As soon as she turns, we can find a number. That one misses high, 3-1 to Lydia. We'll figure it out at some point.
Okay.
Running can be hard on your body, whether you're training for marathons, competitive runs, or just for daily exercise. Turn to Roberts Physical Therapy to get moving, keep moving, and enjoy life on the run. Roberts Physical Therapy with locations in Amherst, Plainfield, and Wisconsin Rapids. Smits had the count 3-1. And right at the belt, in for a strike, and the count runs full. Got that page done. All right.
Good to see Lydia going ahead and taking a few pitches, challenging the count and making sure that you're getting Philomena to have to throw some additional pitches. It's one of those deals, as impressive as she is, I think you want to try to wear her down a little bit if you can, Steve.
The 3-2. And lost her. A big walk there for Lydia Smits to start off the 5th inning, something that Miss Hall does not do very often. Ariana Kavanaugh now at the plate.
Only Lydia's third walk of the of the year. So again, we talked about interesting people stepping up in interesting spots. We'll see if that turns out to be a big draw and walk for Lydia.
A bunt single last time for Kavanaugh. She bunts again. Perfect bunt, third base side, over to first in time. A good arm there by Georgia Clark at third base to retire a speedy Ari Kavanaugh.
We were talking about that in the pregame, watching Georgia warm up, where she is impressive in the way that she's able to set her feet and then really go ahead and fire. We watched her throw the ball home third around just real impressively. But again, a great bump by Ari Kavanaugh, which now puts Lydia at second base with Kristen Casey, the hot-hitting senior, coming up.
Top of the order for Assumption. Kristen Casey. Hall fires. A pop-up and a sacrifice fly today for Kristen Casey. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a free quote from Carrie Van Aert, State Farm, on auto, homeowners, renters, and more for both Wisconsin Rapids and Marshfield. Find Carrie Van Aert, State Farm on Facebook to get started. Looking for some of those Carrie Van Aert insurance runs here today.
Just going to say that. We could definitely use one right now.
Squares the bunt right down the middle for a strike. Again, lefty versus lefty.
That's a lot of lefties.
Yeah, and some that Kristen Casey I don't think faces too often.
She's not put a real good.
That one's going to be popped up behind short, and that one's going to get down. And Coach Nelson frustrated with Lydia Smits, but a base hit. And there's one away. Frustrated that she didn't listen to the coach that was looking at the ball. But a base hit nonetheless for Kristen Casey. 2 on and 1 out for Anna Schooley.
I was just going to say, so Kristen, after getting a bunt, had a couple foul-offs in terms of where it goes. She really hadn't had a chance to just get a good opportunity to take a swing at it until that particular pitch, and then went ahead and was able to put that thing right into deep outfielder and left, shortstop, a lot of room in between. Kristen did a nice job of putting that in.
Talk about hot hitters. Anna Schooley, one of the hottest in the lineup. And that was going to be lined into left. That one's going to get down. And they're going to send Lydia Smits. She hesitated for a second. She's going to come back, and now they've got everybody. Oh, my goodness.
Coach Nelson pretty animated Coach Nelson pretty animated again, looking to go ahead and send Lydia. Lydia makes a read on her own. Didn't think she was going to kind of go ahead and get through. Kristen had made the read that Lydia was going to go. In a really heads-up base running, Kristen was able to get back. Bases full of Royals. Up comes Ava Schill. 1 out. Opportunity for one of those Carrie Van Aert insurance runs. Let's see if the Royals can go ahead and take advantage. Last time Ava hit a fly ball to the second baseman. Needs to go ahead and...
That was going to be popped up. Shallow center. Going to make the catch. Smits is going to tag. Play at the plate is not going to be had. And Kristen Casey now in a pickle. And Coach Nelson says, get all the way back. Lydia Smits scores. Royals take the lead.
You know, Kristen is an aggressive base runner. I think there's been times this year where Coach Nelson has been frustrated with her. But again, that's one of those opportunities where it almost felt like she knew what she was doing, trying to make sure that she takes a look at it. End of the day, Ava Schill hits a sacrifice to center second base. You have to figure any type of hit makes this a 3-0 game. And with Schooley's speed, any type of extra base hit probably makes this a 4-0 game. An opportunity for the Royals to really go ahead and open this up and score more than 3 runs on Hall, which has not happened all year long.
Claire Nelson at the dish with 2 outs now. That was going to be hit right back up the middle, and they're going to send Kristen Casey. The throw home is not in time. An RBI base hit for Claire Nelson, and the Royals lead 3-0.
And again, Steve, the base running from the Royals. So Schooley makes the read after a great shot by Claire Nelson. Schooley takes third, Nelson the second, and now a base hit by Sadie Galbraith, and a 3-0 game probably becomes a 5-0 game. And Seneca in trouble now, going ahead of letting this thing get away. And out comes Coach to go ahead and talk to Hall.
Stone Innovations, Paul can vouch for Stone Innovations for sure. Can give you a brand new kitchen within just 1 week. Countertops, backsplashes, flooring, cabinets, and everything else you find in your kitchen. Stone Innovations takes care of it all for you, from fabrication, design, and installation for your next kitchen or bathroom. Look to Stone Innovations in Plover. 2 on and scoring position for the Royals with 2 outs for Sadie Galbraith. She had the first RBI in their win against Columbus Catholic on Tuesday, and she wouldn't want anything else in her senior sectional final. to come through with a big base hit here. And right down the middle for Philomena Hall. 3-0 Assumption, 2 on, 2 out. Top of the 5th inning. And there's your 3-run mark for Miss Hall. Assumption trying to get one more.
So again, Steve, we talked about.
And Galbraith pops this one up and foul in front of the first base dugout.
For those that might be late to the broadcast or just kind of bouncing around because there are some great games on the network, Philomena Hall from Seneca has not given up more than 3 runs. Seneca's not given up more than 3 runs in a game, and I'm not even sure that all 3 runs were earned against her. So for the Royals to get the 3-run mark is pretty important. And again, they're a base hit away from putting up 4 and 5.
Offering to Galbraith, right back up the middle, and going to be snagged at short across, no throw. And there is your 4-run mark. RBI base hit for Sadie Galbraith, and she'll take second base.
And again, I just cannot stress enough how impressive the coaching of Coach Schill and Coach Nelson is. The Royals always manage to take that extra base, put that runner in scoring position. We've seen them bunt to get there, we've seen them steal to get there, and now we've seen them force throws and take advantage of an opportunity to go ahead and move it through. And once again, so there's a 4th run, and with an opportunity now for a base hit to go ahead and make it 5 and 6.
Macy Vollert at the plate.
Macy
right down the middle.
Macy 1 for 2 on the day. Had a single in the first inning. Had I believe, a strikeout her second at bat up, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. If you take a look, Chippewa Falls and DC Everest, they've got some dark cloud cover. There's a rainbow at Casper Park for baseball. That was going to be chopped over at third, across, and she's going to be going to call her out at first. Coach Schill, it looks like she may have pulled her foot. Nonetheless, the Royals scored 3. They lead 4-0 after 4.5. You're watching high school softball, Zaleski Sports.
For years, our Store Innovations customers told us they love our countertops, but only wanted to deal with one company for their entire kitchen project. Well, we've heard you. So now Store Innovations can give you a brand new kitchen with the same high quality products, selection, expertise we've been giving you for years. And now we can give you that brand new kitchen in just 1 week. After sitting down with our designers, picking out cabinets, countertops, and flooring, it will only take us 1 week to install everything. Stone Innovations, new kitchens in just 1 week.
Chili Implement, located just west of Marshfield in Chile, is your Kubota dealer in central Wisconsin. Big or small, Chili Implement has all the best equipment waiting for you. From farm tractors to lawn care, plus work and have fun in a Kubota side-by-side. Choose Chili Implement for your parts and service too.
Georgia Clark, Aubrey Wallen, and Philomena Hall, 4, 5, and 6. Ava Schill has only given up 1 hit, has a couple of base runners and 7 strikeouts today for the senior pitcher, as she's faced the minimum so far through 4 innings.
So you're talking 5. So why you're 4, 5, 6? It's the game-ish, the minimum going, just kind of looking ahead.
And that's why getting those insurance runs that they just did in that top of the 5th inning was so important. When you will have to face the top of the order again, at least the top of the order.
And Steve, the other thing that it allows you to do is it allows you to go ahead and take outs. You don't have to try to take the lead out. You can just take on Zaleski Sports. We got a great audience going on for today's game. Special shout out to Coach Pultz, who is out working on the highways and going ahead and listening here. Wanted to say hi, Josh.
2-1 to Clark. I don't know all the lingo about softball pitches, but that was a baseball slider. It went down and in. That was unbelievable.
Well, we're going with the softball slider theory. I like it.
Perfect. 2-2 to Clark. Going to be lifted up and foul.
Steve, another shout out. Wanted to go ahead and say hello to our good friend Brian Roosh from Whitetail Properties, who's at home watching the ball game.
Hey, we'll talk about Whitetail Properties here in just a second. I had to make sure I had the batter in frame here.
That would be normally an important piece.
2-2 now. Swung on and missed, and another strikeout. That was a riser. I know that one from Ava Schill, and there's one away. And now Aubrey Wallen for Seneca. Here you go. For the best in recreational or hunting properties, In Wisconsin, call our buddy Brian Roosh with Whitetail Properties to share your goals, and Brian can tell you where and how to make it a reality. Call him at 715-213-4468, 715-213-4468. Now you got a pitcher in Ava Schill. She's obviously confident. She's pitched outstanding today. But now you get those 4 runs behind you, and it's don't want to say it's lights out, but it's going to be very hard for the Royals to come back.
Last year we were in Almond, and Coach Nelson got very upset with me when the Royals scored their first run, and I said for a pitcher like Ava Schill that might be enough. So I'm not going to say that again. But again, 4 runs in the 5th inning might be enough for a pitcher like Ava.
High chopper over to second. Vollert bobbles and over to first. Nice play there by Macy Vollert to stick with it, even though she had an early bobble.
So a couple interesting things on that particular play. That's a much harder play than people at home are going to give it credit for, Steve. One, you saw how high that ball chopped. It was almost like it came off of turf. Second of all, Macy got caught on an in-between hop, smothered it, didn't panic, came up, made a nice throw to first base. Great play by Macy for 2 away here now in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Philomena Hall at the dish. She swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
My compliments to Philomena. She has thrown an impressive ball game today. This is a tough Royals lineup that's been scoring a lot of runs lately. She's done a great job of keeping them in check and working her way in and out of trouble.
Squares the bunt, pulls back, misses low and away. And now it runs 1 ball and 1 strike.
I am a little bit surprised, Steve, that as you saw her square to bunt, that you've not seen Seneca try to bunt or put more balls in play just to make the Royals feel that a little bit more.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs to the Seneca senior pitcher. That's going to be hit, foul, past third. And now it runs 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good contingency from Wisconsin Rapids making the trip down here all the way down the left field line. Here we'll show our friends over here.
See the world-famous Coach Ryan Klein over there. You got Andy Kavanaugh hanging out in the bleachers over there. See Sarah Jaglinski over there, the wife of the esteemed color commentator here for Zaleski Sports. So a good crowd from Assumption. Always seems to travel well.
We'll get a picture here of Andy. There, best vantage point except for ours, standing right there.
One of those deals, of course, Andy, the daughter of a very talented freshman, Ari Kavanaugh, in this particular ball game. It's always interesting to watch parents.
1-2 and over the head and a base hit. That one's going to get all the way to the wall.
That's at least a double, if not more.
Philomena Hall will stop at second base with a 2-out double. The second hit of the day for Seneca, and just over the head of Claire Nelson. She made a play like that against Columbus on Tuesday.
Nice piece of hitting by Philomena Hall. Went ahead and kept her hands inside on a high inside fastball. Drove it over Nelson's head in between Smits and Kavanaugh. Finds herself in second base. And now, even though there's 2 outs, Seneca finds themselves with a real chance, a base hit to score with Hall's speed to get themselves right back in this particular game. This is Czech. Is that correct?
Number 9, I think.
Number 9.
I think she might be our new right fielder.
This is Bridget Hagensick.
Left fielder. Yep.
Our left fielder in this particular ball game. Bridget hitting .489 on the year with 2 home runs, 11 RBIs, 4 walks, 15 Ks coming into tonight's ball game from the stats that we show.
1 ball and 1 strike. That one just misses inside to Hagensick. Home run against Hillsborough the other night for Seneca Royals.
This Seneca team, really a talented team from top to bottom, Steve. They're definitely capable of putting together an inning here and getting themselves right back in it.
The 1-1. It's going to be hits Weekly, and Kristen Casey bounces out of her crouch. Touches it foul. She would have had Hagensick by 25 steps if she would have thrown her out.
Pounces up like a lion or a royal, would you say, in terms of where it's going. Kristen Casey defensively tonight, 2 really nice throwing plays, throwing out the runner at second base, picking off the runner at first. Having a nice ball game tonight.
The 1-2. Illa checker swing, misses outside, 2-2. Deuce is wild here in the bottom of the 5th. 4-0 Assumption. Philomena Hall stands at second base with 2 outs after her double.
Number 22 also as well, Ava Schill going ahead and delivering the pitch.
Wheels and deals. And able to hold up. Count runs full now to Hagensick. Be big to get another base runner here with 2 outs for
Seneca. And the last time up, Syme actually had a base hit up the middle of the field. So, again, a hot-hitting Syme coming up. Important pitch in this ballgame.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Schill from the circle. Swung on and missed, and the big strikeout to end the 5th inning. No runs, a base hit, and 1 left. We've played 5 complete. It's 4-0 Assumption. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
The Sports Den, located on Marshfield's sunny south side since 1975. The Sports Den has the area's best selection of outdoor equipment. Find top brands of snowshoes, cross-country and downhill skis, snowboards, swimming equipment, skateboards, and more. The Sports Den has a full-service bike repair center along with top bike brands, Specialized, Trek, and others. The Sports Den is Central Wisconsin's Fat Bike headquarters. Visit the Sports Den in Marshfield Monday through Saturday and thesportsden.net.
What Heartland Farms is a large potato and vegetable operation. Who Heartland Farms is a group of hardworking, dedicated people who have a common vision.
Heartland Farms is an accumulation of individuals who came from family farm backgrounds, grew up on family farms, and now have come together as one larger team to own and manage a much larger farm enterprise.
Number 5. We're back. All right, welcome back to New Lisbon here for this Division 5 sectional final. It'll be 7, 8, 9 due out for the Assumption Royals. Colo, Smits, and Kavanaugh leading 4-0 as Philomena Hall in the circle. It's pitched well. Royals have just strung together some nice hits.
By the way, that's Lucy Manning that has now entered the ballgame to play right field for Seneca, just for those of you keeping book at home.
She was the inside strike below the knees to Colo, and it's 0-1. She was a designated player, came in for Syme in the last inning. The 0-1 to Malia squares the bunt and bunts it foul, and it's 0-2 quickly to the Assumption senior third baseman. Train going by here in New Lisbon. Appreciate New Lisbon hosting. So it's turned out to be a really nice day. There was all this chance of rain. As of right now, knock on wood, it has stayed away. The 0-2 to Malia Colo. There's a swing and a miss. And a strikeout there for Hall.
Again, Hall does a really nice job, Steve, of locating those pitches high and low. She works inside and outside, so had that inside corner fastball. Not that she's an overpowering, although she throws it pretty well, pretty fast, but she really locates the ball well. She's been impressive to watch. You can see why she's so tough to get scored upon.
Now Lydia Smits, who started the rally in the 5th for Assumption. That was going to be lifted, popped ups, right side to second, and there's 2 away, just like that for the number 9 hitter, Ari Kavanaugh.
So let me throw something at you, Steve. If you're the Royals, and right now you've got Ava cooking, you've got a 4-run lead, are you okay with a quick inning where you're able to put Ava back in and let her continue to roll?
I think so.
You know, again, obviously you'd like to have 5 and 6, but I think getting her back on the field is probably important for you as well.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Offering to Kavanaugh is high and tight.
Looking ahead, the other thing that's nice for the Royals is now you have 8, 9, and 1 if Ava can go ahead and retire all 3, and then, you know, again, it keeps check potentially, it brings check potentially up with 2 outs. I think that's where you'd want her at this point.
2-0 now to Ari. A bunt single and a sacrifice bunt today for Miss Kavanaugh. 2 outs here in the visitor half of the 6th inning. Just past 6 o'clock here in southern Wisconsin. Ball game just over an hour and 7 minutes old in this Division 5 sectional final. There's one right down the gut for Ari, and it's 2-1.
Looked like that was a straight take the whole way, trying to go ahead and make Philomena go ahead and find the zone, which of course she effectively does.
Kavanaugh at the dish. A 2-1 to the freshman. That's going to be hit foul, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Steve, if we happen to go down the field, one of the questions I would like to ask the coaches or Ava, if we get a chance to chat with her, is there a difference in hitting against a left-handed pitcher and understanding the spin and locating the ball? Like it feels to me like maybe that there would be, at least from a baseball perspective. I don't know if that's the case with softball or not, but I'd like to ask that question.
2-2, a swing and a miss, and Kavanaugh strikes out. We've played 5.5. It's 4-0 Assumption. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
Little Sprouts is now open in Rudolph with the same great childcare you know about in Auburndale. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
The community here in Rudolph has been extremely welcoming, and we're excited to serve here just like we do up in Auburndale. Part of the process is to help out the school district. And up in Auburndale, we serve 6 weeks old until 12-year-olds.
Our Auburndale pea pods, wiggle worms, busy bees, and fireflies welcome the Rudolph sweet potatoes, lovely ladybugs, and beautiful butterflies. Contact Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Save during the summer tire event at Sherrill Tire and Service Centers. Up to $150 back on a select set of 4 Goodyear tires. Buy online or mail-in rebate when you use the Goodyear credit card through June 30th at Sherrill Tire and Service Centers. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Thank you to our friends over at Ava Schill back in the circle for the Assumption Royals. See if we can get you a score. Bottom of 6, Pacelli 3-0 over Newman Catholic.
Bottom of 6, Stratford 4-1 over Blair Taylor.
It'd be quite something to have, we mentioned it, 2 Merriwood South teams with chances to punch their ticket. Of course, Stratford in Division 4.
Bottom 6, 0-0 Spash and Superior. In a great contest. So get your computer up, get your iPad out, get your iPhone go. Check out all that high school sports action for free on Zaleski Sports. The way we are able to do that is through the generous advertisement of our sponsors. Please patronize their business.
Seneca, goodness, way back in the 3rd inning.
So 8-9-1 here for Seneca to come up. I expect Ava to be real aggressive, see if she can go ahead and go after 8-9. And as I said before, the importance of getting those first 2 outs is, in addition to, of course, the outs. When Grace Check comes up, it brings her to the plate with potentially nobody on and 2 outs. And as dangerous of a hitter as what she is, I think that's exactly where you'd want her.
Schill comes back on the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Had her guessing, and she guessed wrong, and there's 1 away. Strikeout number 10 for Ava. 1 walk, 2 hits. Obviously no runs, no pitch count. You can pitch 300 pitches if you want in a game.
Steve, I would expect a bunt here. From the 9-hitter, I would be very surprised if we don't see this put down.
Squares the bunt and foul it back.
Yeah, I think you can see Cole coming in. I think that's what the Royals expect. But with the 9-hitter up, the way that Ava has been challenging, I will be surprised if, again, we don't see a bunt and if they don't ask Malia Cole to go ahead and make a play at third base.
Lindsey Syme, the batter, strikeout victim back in the 3rd. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Every batter for Seneca has struck out 1 time except for Aubrey Wallen, and she had a walk in her last plate appearance.
So is that Wallen or Walken?
Walken.
Yeah. Wallen Walken.
The 0-2 just misses outside, and a good take there by Syme, and it's 1-2.
Ava Nibble
offers home, misses low and away. Another good take there by Syme. Royals will have trophy presentation, of course, and talks with coaches and players. There's a swing and a miss, a foul into the mitt. Another nice job there by Kristen Casey holding on to that ball.
Of Ava Schill. But defensively tonight, Kristen Casey has been as impressive as you can. She's been a wall behind home plate. She's picking balls. She had the 2 impressive throwouts. Kristen really has played a terrific ball game with this pitcher-catcher combo. 2 really impressive seniors here for Assumption.
First one to Grace Check, misses outside. A couple of strikeouts today for Grace.
You know, so again, you talk about Grace Check. Came into the game hitting .559 on the season. 41 hits is what we saw in Game Changer. She scored 29 runs. She has 12 steals and only K'd 4 times coming into the year. So I think for Ava to get her twice is impressive. That being stated, falling behind her 0-2. Again, Kristen wanted to just come out to have a little bit of a conversation. The last thing in the world I think they want to do is walk her. Yeah. I think you want to make her earn to get to bases. We get a little theme music kind of coming out. That's impressive here by game management at New Lisbon.
Check back into the box. 2 outs, 2-0 count, 4-0 Assumption.
I don't think we can mention it due to copyright law rights, but that Tournament of Champions from that theme music was pretty fun to watch on TV.
There's a swing and a miss, and after that swing, Kristen Casey points out to her senior teammate, says that's exactly where we wanted it. 2 balls and 1 strike to check. It's going to be lifted deep, right center, and Galbraith is there. That'll end the 6th inning. Had it the whole way, did Miss Sadie Galbraith. We go to the 7th. Royals lead 4-0. Assumption Royals lead 4-0 after this. We'll be back after this. Zaleski Sports.
Can of corn.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and the Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
We said we're growing, and we are. Come join the Crystal Finishing family. We're looking for experienced industrial maintenance mechanics, CNC fabricators, all driver positions for our freight team, as well as skilled and general production. We know the importance of a work and life balance. Our shift options and flexible schedules set us apart. Our pay ranges from $17 to $43 per hour depending on your skill level. We're proud to be a family-owned company that is committed to our community, team members, and the growth of our business. Call or jump on our website to learn more.
1, 2, 3 due up here for the Assumption Royals in the top of the 7th inning. And before we get to the 7th, hear from our friends over at Solaris. So much of our lives riding on the internet these days. Choosing a provider you can rely on has become more important than ever. As a local company, Solaris sees their customers as neighbors and not just numbers. You can trust their fiber delivers the fastest, most reliable, and most advanced internet experience in town. Visit Solaris.net. Kristen Casey to lead things off, her 4th at-bat of the day. Squares the bunt, bunts it foul.
Another product I'd like to endorse, just like I have some personal experience with a few of the different companies. Solaris has been terrific to work with us, to work with great customer service, fast internet, reliable service, which is everything you want on your internet provider. Been pretty happy with Solaris. Again, we thank them for their sponsoring on Zaleski Sports, and at least one loyal customer for Solaris in me.
Yeah, make that 2. And we have Solaris helps us power internet at Assumption High School, and for volleyball and basketball over at Lincoln for football and baseball and softball. So, yeah, thank them tremendously, helping the city of Wisconsin Rapids out big time.
Only thing faster than Solaris internet might be Kristen Casey when she gets on first base. So she's so much fun to watch on the base paths. She'll be heading to UW lacrosse next year. But again, so aggressive on the base paths and just really baits you into a lot of different running plays.
1-1 to Kristen is going to be bounced over to short.
Not a chance.
Across, and in plenty of time is Kristen Casey, and an infield single for Kristen.
One of those deals where the shortstop I actually thought did a really nice job of coming in and charging that ball. The problem with it is the second it takes a hop with Kristen's speed, that is...
that Pacelli one? Yeah.
The second that's the case. Congratulations to Pacelli Cardinals as they defeat the Newman Cardinals and punch their ticket to state. So a potential D5 opponent for the winner of this game. We know that Pacelli is in.
The other one's McDonald Central and say Northwood Solon Springs.
Correct. Yep. The winner of that particular game. You got Oakfield and Belmont playing.
And she's safe. Oh man, I don't know about that. That was bang bang. It looked like she had the ball and tagged Kristen before Kristen slid.
So from the world of oops, from an umpire crew with the runner on first, our third base umpire was supposed to be on second, was a little late coming over, getting into position. Now they're back shifted where they're supposed to be. So again, a little bit of a new opportunity for all involved. Call was right. Umpires were where they need to be, so please don't send me hate mail. I just wanted to let you know, out of position. Just not by the rule book or by the mechanic book, not where they needed to be there.
1 ball, 1 strike to Anna Schooley with a runner in scoring position. Again, the Assumption Royals have broken that 3-run plateau of Philomena Hall today. First time all year. And the 1-1 to Anna Schooley. That's going to be popped up. Hall comes out of the circle just a couple of steps for the first out.
So a fly ball to the pitcher on the infield. Kristen still takes 2 steps and makes everybody think, oh, is she really going to go? And honestly, even Coach Nelson, I think, doesn't know if she's thinking about going or not. So it's pretty interesting to watch Kristen on the base paths as that brings up Ava Schill. So again, with Kristen's speed, any ball that gets to the outfield is probably another very important carry vendor insurance run here. But with Schill and now potentially Nelson in the hole, we'll see if the Royals can punch yet another run across.
Made Custom Apparel in Stevens Point provides quality decorated apparel from your hometown schools and summer teams to corporate and team outings, along with promotional items and sporting goods. That's Made Custom Apparel in Stevens Point.
We're in the bottom of the 7th now. Stratford up 4-1 over Blair Taylor. Looking to go ahead and punch their ticket to state. They are officially 3 outs away.
Offering to Schill is going to be fouled straight back again, and it runs no balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, with an Assumption win and a Stratford win, 2 Merrillwood South teams heading to state that would be.
And you're in the bottom of the 7th over in Marshfield, where Spash and Superior are tied at 0. Our friend Jason Zaleski on the call over there, so he's also involved in a good one.
The 0-2 to Ava. Right down the middle, a perfect pitch there by Philomena Hall, and there's 2 away for Claire Nelson. Perfect placement on that pitch.
Philomena Hall has been as impressive as any pitcher we've seen this year. She ranks right up there with Michaela Workus. Ava Schill, just really, really impressive for Philomena Hall. Locates the ball so well, spins it. Done a great job of keeping this Royal lineup off check today.
Now Claire Nelson, RBI her last time up. Now it's going to be hit right back up the middle again. And Kristen Casey's going to score with ease. And another big RBI base hit for the sophomore Claire Nelson.
Claire Nelson is the definition of raking. She is locked in right now in terms of just going ahead and coming up with big hit after big hit. And with that in mind, a 5-0 Assumption, and 5 is definitely the most runs that Seneca has given up all year long. With Schill on the mound, that really feels like that's an important game-changing run.
Galbraith looks at a ball high and tight. Wisconsin River Orthopedics encourages you to stop living with the pain. Come see them and let's get you back to living your life to the fullest. For joint pain, rehabilitation, urgent care, and more, come to Wisconsin River Orthopedics in Wisconsin Rapids. The 1-0 to Sadie Galbraith, knuckled foul, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Don't forget Heartland Farms post-game show to wrap up our broadcast here today. If Assumption wins, we'll be on the field talking to a couple of players and, of course, at least one of the 2 co-head coaches today.
I'm venturing to guess that the post-game show might go a little bit longer. I think there will be a couple of folks that would have something to say as there's a ball hit down the third base line but drifting foul. Again, lots of room in this particular field. The foul territory is significant in this field. You don't necessarily see that much room to work with on a lot of different fields.
Well, you come from Robinson Park. There's a lot of room in every park except for Robinson in foul territory. So.
Same deal as if you're ever at the City Field over in Mosinee. There is not a lot of room there either.
The 1-2 popped up, and Assumption is 3 outs away. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 for Seneca. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
As an athlete, there's one constant that remains the most important aspect of your game: injury prevention. Roberts Physical Therapy now offers the Pineries Running Lab, your one-stop running center focusing on working with runners to prevent injuries and enhance your performance. From running exclusive sports like cross-country and track and field to running inclusive sports like football, basketball, baseball, and soccer, let Roberts Physical Therapy's Pineries Running Lab meet you at the track, your home, or the field and help you prevent injury and keep on running. Call Roberts Physical Therapy with locations in Amherst, Plainfield, and Wisconsin Rapids.
Welcome. How may we help you?
New windows, new garage, new car, swimming pool. Tuition, we're not talking scholarship here. And a vacation.
Our affordable home equity line of credit may be just what you need.
Medical expense.
Your money, your life. How may we help you?
2, 3, and 4 due up here for the Seneca Royals. Assumption 3 outs away from punching their second straight ticket to the Division V state softball tournament in Madison. Ava Schill, 11 strikeouts today. And the first one is a swing and a miss. These Seneca hitters have just been off kilter today. The 0-1 squares the bunt, bunts it in front of home plate, and it's just going to be foul. And Manning quickly behind, no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, it's interesting, Steve. If you're Seneca, what do? You need base runners, so you got to put the ball in play. You have mentioned that every Seneca player other than Wallen has struck out against Schill. I think you're going to have to go ahead and just go to a little bit more of a shortened up slap approach.
It's going to be grounded over to Colo, and there's one away. Malia making her first play of the day, and it's a big one here in the bottom of the 7th inning, 2 outs away.
Steve, I'd be remiss if I didn't take an opportunity to shout out to Jordan Jakelinski, who received her driver's temporary license today. So watch out for her on the road. But, a little bit of an excitement going on in the dugout right now. You've got, 3 freshmen that did not experience this last year, as they're looking for a trip to state. In the softball side of it. So every journey is a little bit different, and I'm sure that Coach Nelson and Coach Schill will talk about that with this particular team. But, again, an early season loss to Auburndale, at home, got tested a little bit early. We started off with a pretty wet spring. You had the rain out at the Royal Rumble, so a little bit of a disappointment in terms of finding some rhythm. But it feels like this Royals team is really peaking at the right time. Now they're 2 outs away from going ahead and punching their ticket back to state.
Kendra Chambers at the dish. There's a swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Seneca center fielder. Clark at the dish, or on deck, I should say. Georgia Clark.
Schill looks a little bit amped up right now, just going after, like she had a little bit something extra on that one.
The 1-2, grounded over to Colo, backhanded and just fouled past Malia. And Chambers going to get another shot at it here behind 1 and 2. One ball, 2 strikes.
Coach Nelson, I think, telling Malia that he would have had that one back in his day. I think that's what that conversation is. I'm a little bit far away, but that seems like a Charlie thing to say. So.
The 1-2. This is high.
So
2-2 to Chambers. Assumption 2 outs away. Ava wheels and deals. Foul straight back. And a piece of it is Kendra Chambers. Last year, as Paul mentioned earlier in this game, we were in Allman Bancroft. How about that? Stratford Tigers knocking off the undefeated Blair Taylor Wildcats. Assumption beat Blair Taylor last year in a sectional final. Now back-to-back Merriwood Souths. And Superior via the walk-off. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Strikeout number 12, and Assumption's 1 out away. And they'll face off with Georgia Clark. Assumption 1 out away from punching their ticket to the 2023 WIAA State Tournament.
So Seneca with quite a few seniors on the team. Again, want to congratulate Seneca, not certainly counting chickens before they hatch, but want to make sure I just get an opportunity to congratulate Seneca on a great season and compliment the seniors on
going to be grounded back to Schill, and that'll do it. The Assumption Royals are heading back to the state tournament for the 2nd year in a row.
Ava Schill with another dominating performance on the mound, going ahead and striking out 12, shutting out Seneca in 7 innings. 5-0 Royals as they punch their ticket back down to state. So one of the possible opponents is Pacelli. In the other possible matchups, you've got the winner of McDonald Central and Solon Springs / Northwood, and then we're waiting on a final from Belmont, Oakfield as well.
Impressive outing at the plate for Assumption. Impressive outing in the circle and defensively for the Royals. No errors today once again for Assumption. They were errorless against Columbus Catholic on Tuesday. And Ava Schill and the Assumption Royals punched their ticket to state for the 2nd straight season. A 5-0 win over the Seneca Royals. Nobody knows potatoes in Wisconsin quite like Heartland Farms, with roots in Amherst and now based in Hancock. This fifth-generation potato and vegetable farm produces many varieties of chipping and potatoes and currently farming 20.
Thank you for joining us here on the Heartland.Farm postgame show as the Assumption Royals are victorious 5-0 today. And we are now going ahead and getting the presentation or the sectional presentation as the teams are lining up. Medals and I believe a plaque will be handed out to the victorious Royals.
We'll take a quick break and come back with the Assumption trophy presentation after this. Zaleski Sports.
What Heartland Farms is a large potato and vegetable operation. Who Heartland Farms is a group of hardworking, dedicated people who have a common vision.
Heartland Farms is an accumulation of individuals who came from family farm backgrounds, grew up on family farms, and now have come together as one larger team to own and manage a much larger farm enterprise.
Assumption being announced here, player by player, to receive their sectional medals. And then we will have a trophy presentation here in just a moment. The nice thing about these trophy presentations and these medals with the team that's
for the players that are recognized, and then of course the team plaque with the exciting announcement being the of course the realization that you're ahead Sunday night.
Cracks me up, Ariana.
Riley Stavleski. And Kristen Casey. Coach Robichaud, please step forward to receive your...
Back to state.
Please join me as we wish the Assumption Royals the best of luck at the WIAA State Tournament.
We'll come back with interviews here in the outfield. We'll have a lot of them when we get back here to New Lisbon High School. Back after this on Zaleski Sports.
What Heartland Farms is a large potato and vegetable operation. Who Heartland Farms is a group of hardworking, dedicated people.
Backgrounds, grew up on family farms, and now have come together as one larger team to own and manage a much larger farm enterprise.
Welcome back to New Lisbon High School here with state qualifier Ava Schill, 12 strikeouts tonight, and she got the last out of the game. Ava, just talk about the emotions today, getting that last ground ball to you, tossing it over to Anna Scully and punching your ticket to state.
Well, I was definitely panicking a little bit, didn't want it to go between my legs, but just the last out is surreal, coming back to me and then to Anna.
And just talk about the game overall. I guess 12 strikeouts. You had them off balance the whole game. Just talk about your emotions and your mindset and game plan coming in.
Right. Game plan was throw the ball and know my defense was going to be behind me. Spin was working well today, so I got pretty lucky on that. And yeah.
Going up against a pitcher like Philomena Hall, they didn't give up more than 3 runs all year long. You guys able to put up 5 today. What was working offensively?
Right, she was a good pitcher. We just had to expect, like, I guess, just when she messes up, we need to go for it and just be ready for that.
Jags was going to ask you. I'm going to ask you before we let you go. Going up against a lefty pitcher, obviously you've seen Michaela Workus the last number of years. Just talk a little bit about the difference in that.
Right, it's definitely a different perspective with the release point and just the spins too. With a lefty pitcher and lefty batter, she can throw it out on you, and we're not used to that as much with only seeing Michaela Workus.
I guess one more week with these goons practicing and a trip to state. Just talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, get a break from them tomorrow. Thank goodness.
Not for me.
But yeah, it's just awesome to have them for another week and keep going for the state title.
Thank you, Ava. Congratulations.
Ava, take this.
All right, we'll bring in whoever wants to talk next.
You go first. Okay.
All right.
I'm up, I guess.
Talk here with Assumption shortstop Claire Nelson. Claire, obviously a big win today. The last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you've been as good as it gets at the plate for your Royals. Just talk a little bit about your approach at the plate the last couple of weeks.
I've just been trying to jump on the first fastball that I see that's down the plate, because I know after that we're seeing better pitchers now. So when I get those movement pitches, it's not going to be as good. So I'm just trying to make contact and get the first good pitch I can.
And with the runners on base today, you jumped all over it and able to drive in a couple of runs. Just talk about helping out your team. Obviously, as a sophomore, as a freshman, you played outstanding. As a sophomore, getting better, obviously. Just talk about your role as a shortstop and the cleanup hitter.
Well, I'm just trying to do whatever I can to help my team get to where I want to be, which is what we're doing right now. When I go up there, I'm kind of just like, hit the ball, get it in place somewhere. So you move the runner, get them to score. That's pretty much what I'm thinking. At shortstop, I didn't get any balls tonight. Thank you, Ava. You're welcome. But I'm the hype man out there. I just like to hype my players up and help them get through whatever they need to, yeah.
Sorry, Jax, one more. The last week in regionals, you guys struggled to get off to quick starts. Against Columbus on Tuesday, you guys played the best game of the year. Today, all-around quality game, clicking at the right time. Obviously, going to state next week. Just talk about the last couple of weeks, not just you, but as a team, finally getting into a groove, playing 2, 3, 4 games a week instead of 1, and then a rain out, and then coming back. Just talk about the groove you guys are in.
I think it's great. We're all kind of finding our own kind of groove. Whenever we need, we all have different people stepping up to the plate every game, and we're all having the better approach now, better mindset going into it. We're just thinking, get the ball in play, move the runner, do whatever you can to help the team, first pitch strike, whatever you can to do to help.
Claire, Steve and I talked about the fact when we walked across the field how hard the surface was. Like it seemed to us like it was rock hard. We were curious to see on how the ball was going to bounce and what have you. As an infielder, just talk a little bit about playing on this field, because Robinson's seems very powdery, and this definitely seemed very concrete-y. So can you just talk a little bit about what the field was like today?
Well, I felt it a lot more when I slid and dove. That hurt. That was a hard one, but I kind of expected the ball to bounce one. I got one ball and I expected it to bounce, and I was a little over it, but you live and you learn there. It's kind of hard to learn, but you just got to stay down, and if it hits you, it's coming fast enough that you can pick it back up and throw it.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Congratulations, Claire. And let's go ahead and let's bring in Kristen Casey here. So, Kristen, before I give it back to Steve, I got to just start by saying I thought you were excellent behind the plate today, and you had 2 throw-assisted outs. One where you had a pickoff off of first, one where you threw the runner out at second. Just kind of talk a little bit about your role and how you were able to help that today, because I thought both of those were critical outs early in the ballgame.
Well, I didn't really want anyone to score today, and my arm was feeling it, I guess, so every time I got a chance to throw, I threw. I saw her going. I just thought I'd let it fly, and and I got her, so that's about it.
That's great. Talked about the hunted versus the hunter experience. You have a few more girls this year. Last year, I think you took 9 or 10 down. This year, you've got 13, so a few new freshmen. Talk just a little bit about what the experience has been as you return to state to try to go ahead and defend your championship.
Yeah, it's awesome. Last year, kind of going into it, it was like, well, we're here. We might as well win, but we have nothing to lose. But this year, I think we have a little bit more to lose with the seniors on the line. Just bring home the trophy for our community.
Well, it's good stuff. We certainly look forward to going ahead and watching the three of you play next week. You know what it is in terms of the highlight house and the fact you're going to state. You've done this routine before. You know exactly what's going on, right?
Yes.
All right, so here we go. Let's give you that and
saying?
let you go ahead and take a look at it.
I'm Claire Nelson. I'm in Michelle. I'm Kristen Casey. We're going to state and we're in the house. Whew. Okay, ready?
All right.
I'm starting.
Good?
Okay.
I'm Claire Nelson.
I'm Ava Schill.
I'm Kristen Casey.
We're going to state and we're in the house.
That was actually good, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Can we get Coach Schill?
Yeah, whichever one wants to talk, or both of them. Guess we'll bring them both over here today, and then we'll go home.
Thanks for coming, Steve.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. We're here with co-head coaches Charlie Nelson and Rob Schill, going back to state this year. Paul Jaglinski just talked to the girls being the hunter, now being the hunted, and just talk a little bit about that mindset coming in.
It was a different process this year. We didn't realize how much pressure I think the girls were feeling, but we figured it out in the end, and it was great. We got some things to work on though, but it was good.
It's definitely a different feeling. There's no doubt about that. And I don't think the girls truly understood it till about midway through conference when they realized they're getting everybody's best, and our conference was so darn strong this year. But kudos to our seniors. I think they kind of leaned on the rest of the team towards the tail of the year and kind of pushed them a little more than normal. And yeah, here we are.
And getting those against a pitcher like Philomena Hall today, able to get up 5 runs didn't happen all year for opponents of Seneca. Just talk about getting that one early run and then building on that throughout the game.
Our approach got better. We figured out where she wanted to pitch it, got on some early fastballs. I thought that was really good. And, at points this year we didn't get timely hits. We got timely 2-out hits today, and that's a big part of winning.
And yeah, we'll ask Rob here. Just talk about the emotions. Now going back to state for the second year in a row. Had that ground ball to Ava. She said she was nervous, didn't want to go through her legs, but she gobbled it up and threw it over to Anna. What was going through your mind heading back down to Mavs?
It's just really rewarding, I guess. This group is so special to us, and not just because of the kids. I mean, look at the families. It's such a tight-knit, great group of people. And boy, last year was amazing, right? But to do it 2 years in a row with this group of people, yeah, we're blessed.
You just talked about it, about how you get everybody's best in the conference. Stratford just punched their ticket to state.
Did they really?
So 2 Merrillwood South teams going to state next week.
Pacelli to the 7th inning, tied at 0, and then Pacelli was able to go ahead and revert it through. So again, the Merrillwood South just continued to be an impressive showing.
Yeah, and we talked about that numerous times during the broadcast. Just year in, year out, no matter what sport it is, fall, winter, and spring. Just talk a little bit about the best small school conference in the state.
It's impressive. We don't have easy pitching to face every night. We were talking about earlier in the year when we struggled a little bit offensively. We don't get any get-right games. We don't get any chances to just see a below-average pitcher once in a while. They can all get after it, and you got to work hard to get those wins. And Steel tough and Steel, though. I mean, you see it tonight. As poor as we were at the plate early, we didn't look frazzled in the field. They weren't nervous. They made the plays in front of them. Last play in the 7th inning, Cole just gobbles that up like it's nothing. I'll just throw this to first. Ava gets a strikeout and a ground out. I don't want to say been there, done that, but the confidence of having been there and done that is helping them along right now.
And I wanted to ask one last question for you guys. So I asked it to the players, and I'll take a look at it. When Steve and I walked across the field tonight, the surface felt really hard. It almost felt like we were playing on an artificial turf. You watched that ball bounce. So just talk a little bit about what did you tell your fielders today, and what did you tell your hitters' approach with a field like this? Because every field seems really different, but compared to the Powder of Robinson, I don't think you could have a more different field. So can you just talk a little bit about what you were able to share and how you were making that adjustment?
Well, luckily, the powder at Robbie is gone, and the new surface is like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it played in our favor. And since we've played there, it's gotten even harder. Charlie and I have been trying to sprinkle it just to soften it up. But,
not working.
But quite frankly, we're used to these ground balls now. And that,
we talked about the possibility of making an error and just keeping going through it. This is a surface that's going to get balls that take bad hops, get on you too fast.
Yeah.
So just do your thing. And I thought they recovered and did a nice job.
And this is how the surface is in Madison.
Schoolie's playing the first inning or second inning, that grounder to her. She kicks it a little, just turns around calmly, picks it up, and steps on the bag. No pain.
Macy had the same theory on that ball that she just came off her chest, and then always. Good job, Charlie.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
Good. We'll sign off here, Paul. All right, for Trevor Zaleski and Paul J. Galinsky, this is Steve Mave signing off from New Lisbon, Wisconsin. The Assumption Royals heading back to the Division V State Softball Tournament next week, either 8:30 p.m. on Thursday, 8 a.m. on Friday. We'll have all that figured out on Sunday.
Philomena Hall was as impressive as expected for the Royals team. You know, again, able to go ahead and accomplish, I would say, that Coach Nelson and Coach Schill's message for them, which is, hey, great to make it back, certainly not done, and I can't wait to join you from Goodman Park next week to go ahead and continue to call some state softballs. We'll be covering Stratford. Congratulations to them. We'll be covering Assumption, covering Pacelli. Just an exciting time, best time of the year in terms of where it goes. So, Steve, thank you for letting me join you, and thank you to everybody who tuned in to watch sports and high school softball and Zaleski Sports.
Absolutely. The 4 teams that punch tickets here on Zaleski Sports tonight: Assumption, Stratford, Pacelli, and Superior. As Paul mentioned, we will be down in Madison on Thursday and Friday next week. We have sectional baseball on Tuesday, June 6th, all day long on Zaleski Sports, so make sure to tune in for that. For my good friend Paul J. Galinsky and Trevor Zaleski, we're going to sign off here from New Lisbon. Once again, the Assumption Royals 5 and Seneca nothing. Assumption heading back to state in high school girls softball here on Zaleski Sports. Good night, everyone. We'll talk to you again next week here on Zaleski Sports.